My name is Caroline Poynton from Manchester Bury, and I'm recording this today off YouTube because I'm not copyrighting. I'm paying attention because I am correct about King Charles changing his religion to Islam and that he is poltergeist and he is the freaking devil.
Amen.
And this
Lift
is
your
about King
voices.
Charles.
Praise.
People
How
protesting.
sweet.
Although there wasn't seem to be very many people. I will go to one, but I haven't got a lot of money to go anywhere anyway. And the mommy owner's a woman, so that's why I've not gone to anything. It's not because I don't want to, it's because of certain situations. And that lady can sing very well. Yeah, that was nice, that. Shame King Charles doesn't say it like that though, innit? Because he's the devil.
Hello there. Yesterday evening, I joined a group of about 120 fellow but irate Christians outside the gates of Windsor Castle, where a lot of spleens were vented in the direction of King Charles III for his recent, almost hidden proclamation that he wants to be known now as the defender of the UK faith space. Well, in fact, it may not be just the UK. This could cover all the British overseas territories as well.
Mm-hmm.
Might even cover constitutional positions in places like, I don't know, Canada, New Zealand, Australia. But he wants to be seen as the defender of the faith space. And there has been a lot of anger on social media about this. And so a group of about 120 turned up outside Windsor Castle last night to have a go at King Charles III over this.
Yeah.
And they weren't letting go. This was, the anger was really visible. And you can understand why, if you know anything about the constitutional monarchy and the position of the Church of England within it.
Yeah.
And the Church of England and Christianity in a wider sense. Now, I'm not Church of England, I'm Orthodox, but I still do understand the importance of the King and his constitutional position as defender of the Church of England. But that, it seems, is on the way out now. Anyway, what I did was I caught up with one of the attendees, which is Reverend Chris Wickland, and Bob of Speaker's Corner was also there, and we had a chat afterwards. But I caught up with Chris Wickland, and this is what we chatted about. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm with Reverend Chris Wickland today.
Hi,
and thank you very much, and it's great to see you as well. And there's a gathering of fellow Christians outside the Windsor Castle, main entrance, I suppose it is, making their voices heard about what King Charles has done. And for me, it's unforgivable. I don't know about you. What's your thoughts on this whole thing?
Yeah, well, first I'd like to say, even though there's only about 100, 120 people there, the amount of upset that I've seen online and across the nation about what the King has said, I think the King really needs to pay attention to the voice of the public, because a lot of people are really upset by this. Because what we're seeing, as you see yourself, the gradual erosion of Christianity over the last, and more and more aggressively so, and for the King now to basically discount and discard his vows that he made before God and the British public that he would uphold and be the supreme governor of the Church of England and be, to protect the faith, not just protect faith in general. And for him now saying he wants to be the king of multi-faith, we just think that's a line that's crossed that we can't allow to not speak out and say, we've had enough of this, and we're not going to allow this. You see, there are three things in this nation.
I'm not being funny, but one thing, the only faith and religion that I've seen King Charles speak about is Islam. Because I haven't seen him talk about Buddhism or any other religions, Christian faith or any other religion, like Israel or whatever. Right? The only religion we see him talking about is Islam. So if it's all faiths, then presumably we should hear him speaking about Buddhism and Israel, you know, their religion and anybody else's religion. Or any other religions that there is. But we don't. So presumably he's just talking about one religion, not all religions. Because if he's talking about all religions, then he should be putting that into all religions. Then he's got to talk about all religions. He's got to put a bit about Israel, you know, the Israeli religion, Christian, Catholic, Buddhism, Protestant, Islamic religion. He's got to put a bit of everybody's religion in then. But we don't see him doing that. We just see him putting one religion in, and that's Islam.
You've got the church, which unfortunately is now called woke church in England. That anoints the monarch. The monarch, Parliament serves at the pleasure of His Majesty. And at the moment, the Church of England is becoming pretty much a woke joke. Our king now wants to become the multicultural king, and now we have a government that's completely rejected its Christian heritage. And so what we're seeing is really an undermining of everything this nation has stood for 1400 years. And what we're doing here today, I know it's token, but it's really key and important that we speak into what's going on.
No, I totally agree. I'll tell you something. When I was, because I'm an Orthodox Christian,
right, yeah.
And I was just thinking, that man there, or wherever he's living at the moment, I don't know, quite not in Buckingham Palace, but he's actually in there. I noticed, right? So he's actually in there. He, at least once a week, says the Lord's Prayer. And in it he said, lead us not into temptation. But at the moment what he's doing, he is tempting people with other faiths.
Yes.
He's absolutely tempting people with other faiths. Yeah. And did you know in the 2021 census, over 5,000 people profess to being Satanists.
Yeah.
So Satanists are within his faith space now, protected by him. He cannot actually say anything against them.
No, I agree.
And what does it say after that? It says, and deliver us from the evil one, or deliver us from evil.
Yeah.
What's he doing? He's delivering people to evil.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
And not only that, now they want...
Deliver us from evil, and he's delivering people to evil, King Charles. That's because he is evil. That's because he's the poltergeist. What does poltergeist do? It's evil. The devil. It drags you down until you're in hell, basically. It'll keep taking you down until you're in a world of hell. Until you're in hell. That's what
to be the multi-faith king, and we know really...
We don't want to be a multi-faith. There is no multi-faith. There cannot be. And then this multi-faith thing, it seems to be only one way. Seems to be the Islamic way, or the freaking highway. Seems to just be one way faith, Islamic faith, or it's the highway. So that's not multi-faith, is it? That's one faith. That's not multi. That's not saying to people you can be that faith, you can be that faith, you can... And that's not putting all the faiths together, is it? Because I've not seen him doing that. If we see King Charles, maybe somehow putting Christian faith, Catholic faith, Protestant faith, Islamic faith, Israel's faith, I don't even know what that is. The Buddhism faith, the bloody nuns, the whatever. Whatever faith anything is. The fucking monks. If you had a bit of one of them, or one of each of them, in a classroom, then maybe you could say it is multi-faith, but there isn't one of them in each of the classrooms. There is just Islamic faith in all the classrooms.
It's not in Buckingham Palace, but he's actually in there. I noticed, right? So he's actually in there.
And I'm not being horrible.
He, at least once a week, says the Lord's Prayer. And in it he said, lead us not into temptation. But at the moment what he's doing, he is tempting people with other faiths.
Yes.
He's absolutely tempting people with other faiths.
Yeah.
And did you know in the 2021 census, over 5,000 people profess to being Satanists?
Yeah.
So Satanists are within his faith space now,
Yes, that's
protected by him. He cannot actually say anything against them.
No, I agree.
And what does it say after that? It says, and deliver us from the evil one, or deliver us from evil.
Yeah.
What's he doing? He's delivering people to evil.
That's right. And not only that, now he wants to be the multi-faith king, and we know really, if we're being blunt, which faith he's really acquiescing to.
Yeah.
It's a kick in the teeth to all those persecuted Christians who are being persecuted by Muslims, of course, by Islam, all around the world. That to me is just despicable. The fact that the king won't stand up for them, but he would rather speak up for Islam. The fact that he wouldn't give an Easter message, but he will speak about it. We just keep getting.
There you go. He's not speaking up for any other religions apart from Islam. He's not spoke for Israel, the Jews, or the Buddhisms, or like I say, any other religions. Chinese, Japan. Oh man. He's not speaking about Christian Africans, the black Christian Africans that are being slaughtered in Africa, which I personally don't agree with. I really don't agree with whoever they are in Africa slaughtering the black Christians. No, I don't agree. And he ain't talking about also if it's about colour and stuff. Here's one about, people in war situations and saving things, because BBC decided they were going to do this awful programme, and I watched it, and I watched a couple of other people about it, and to be honest with you, I was correct. How dare BBC? I mean, I was shocked. Put that on and make it out like these men, these big grown men that are fathers, are the victims. Trying to make people like whoever feel sorry for them, when they're not the victims. Their children, the daughters, are the victims, because they're selling a big grown man that's meant to be a dad is selling their daughter to a big grown man. Who in the world could sell their little thing, their little precious child, to a man? A big grown man. Who on earth? And even if you, I'm not saying they're not in a bad situation where they can't feed the children. I mean, they possibly are in them situations where they can't feed their children. But I'm not being funny, but as a dad or a parent, you fight to your last breath for your children. You do anything. I mean, as a dad, why don't he escape and come to England and fucking bring his family like the rest of them are doing then? Why is King Charles never speaking about anything like that? If that's the case, if the case is it is about, saving people's lives, like from war and tragedies or whatever, then what about them little girls in Afghan that are being sold to grown men? What about their lives? Do they not count, them little girls? Does their life not count? Just because they're from Afghan? Well, I think their lives do count. And they, at the end of the day, they could bring them children, maybe them women over here. Maybe they could bring the odd ones of them over here with the children, instead of or take them food and stuff, so they don't have to sell their children, the kids, to people. So there's no need for them to sell children to big grown men. I'm not saying children shouldn't, you shouldn't sell your children to work or anything. No, you should get your children learning to work, but work at home as a family. I.e. wash the pots, go and help dad, when they start to get big enough, plough the land, I don't know, whatever things need doing. Girls can help mums wash the clothes and do the cleaning, the cooking. boys can help Dad do the woodwork and go and chase the cows or whatever. You know, plant food. So that obviously is because they're taking all the money off these people.
He cannot actually say anything against them.
No, I agree.
And what does it say?
He's a liar, King Charles.
That man in there, or wherever he's living at the moment, I don't know, quite not in Buckingham Palace, but he's actually in there. I noticed, right? So he's actually in there. He at least once a week says the Lord's Prayer, and in it he said, "Lead us not into temptation." But at the moment, what he's doing is tempting people with other faiths.
Yes.
He's absolutely tempting people with other faiths.
Yeah.
And did you know in the 2021 census, over 5,000 people profess to being Satanists?
Yeah.
So Satanists are within his faith space now,
Yes, that's
protected by him. He cannot actually say anything against them.
No, I agree.
And what does it say after that? It says, "And deliver us from the evil one," or "deliver us from evil."
Yeah.
What's he doing? He's delivering people to evil.
Well, that's right. And not only that, now he wants to be the multi-faith king, and we know really, if we're being blunt, which faith he's really acquiescing to.
Yeah.
It's a kick in the teeth to all those persecuted Christians who are being persecuted by Muslims of God, by Islam, all around the world. That to me is just despicable. The fact that the king won't stand up for them, but he would rather speak up for Islam. The fact that he wouldn't give an Easter message, but he will speak about iftar. And we just keep getting this time and time and time again. And so when he came out and said he would like to be the king of the multi-faith king, or king of faith, that for us is like, that's it, it's enough. We're not having it anymore. I did a video on YouTube the other day and I put it on X. And people are so angry. I mean, it got 500,000 views. I've never had that kind of thing for that. And then I looked at a lot of other YouTubes on this particular subject, and it's gone everywhere. People are really upset by this, Jeff.
Yes. Oh, I do understand that. But it's not just the Church of England. The Pope has just opened up the Vatican and given it a prayer room for Islam. And that is only for visiting scholars.
Yeah, and in Italy, that's the Pope in Italy, where they want to chop the Pope's head off. Yep. There we have it.
Moment.
Yeah.
But what that's done...
The Pope in Italy.
On this particular subject, and it's gone everywhere. People are really upset by this, Jeff.
Yes. Oh, I do understand that. But it's not just the Church of England.
Nope.
The Pope has just opened up
Italy.
the Vatican and given it a prayer room for Islam. Yeah. And that is only for visiting scholars at the moment.
Why?
But what that's done is said to me is that Christian spaces are being opened up and, shall I say the word, poisoned by other faiths.
Yeah, and it's a spiritual thing. When you allow other faiths to come in and pray in your zone, so to speak, for Muslims, it's when they do that, when they go to a place and they pray outside, which they shouldn't really be doing, it's actually a form of spiritual appropriation. They are claiming territory. And so for them to now be praying inside the Vatican, and that's basically a form of seizing territory which belongs to the church. We can't, because we've got to speak up about this. I know it makes us look like we're being extremists and stuff, but actually we're not. Enough's enough.
No, it's not extremist, because I doubt whether we could go and pray during the Hajj as they circle around that big black building, could we?
No, exactly. Exactly, yes, yeah.
So
it works for the Christians, it won't work the other way around.
No, we are giving ground, spiritual ground, and it's against the oath that the king made.
Exactly.
And I don't care about that thing about sort of helping other faiths. I think that what the most we should ever do is tolerate other faiths. That's it.
I mean, the fact is that the king already is, because he's the king of the Commonwealth and the king of Britain, he already is that kind of king in the sense he's
so we don't need to say anything else and change
all these people and all their different faiths. But the point is that he is the defender of the Christian Protestant faith, and that's his job and that's his remit. But now to say, well, actually, I don't want to do that anymore. It is a betrayal. It's a betrayal to 500 years of history. It's a betrayal to Christianity, it's a betrayal to God, it's a betrayal to the British people. And it's like, what are we doing? Where's our nation going to be in 20 or 30 years' time if we just keep kowtowing to Islam? Is that going to be the new main religion of Britain? Because that's not what I want to see for Britain.
Well, that's not what I want to see either. In fact, the church I go to is growing. They're getting more and more interest, especially amongst young people. I think young people are beginning to realise that we have
It's
a major
about one
problem.
religion.
And
It's
they're
about
turning
Israel or
towards
the
churches
Jews
that
or
actually
the
mean
fucking
something
Christians or
Christian.
the Africans
Because as far as
or
I'm concerned, the
the
Church
little
of
girls
England
in
is now a
Afghan.
woke establishment
It's all
where
about
they think
Islamic
your
faith,
works
that's it.
on earth, your woke works on
Because he
earth will get
changed
you
his
into heaven.
religion.
And I've got a message for them, it won't.
Because he changed his religion
No,
to
it's,
Islam. Of course
it's
he
really
comes to
sad.
know
So that's
about
I'm a part of the
Islam.
Confessing Anglican Church, and we
That's
feel
Islam.
that we now have to become the alternative Anglican Church to the Church of England, because they've
Yeah.
seemingly just abandoned the doctrine of the Bible, their own
The
canon
Bible.
law. They're constantly
Yeah.
seeking how they
Yeah.
can undermine it. So yeah, it's really quite
That's in
dark
the
days
Bible.
really here.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
really
read the Bible and do that.
I'm full of lots of
and
hope as well.
already be
Yeah,
lying.
people are
It's
starting
in
to
the
wake up,
Bible.
and people are starting to say enough's enough.
He's already changed
Well, a
his
lot of people don't
religion.
realise that the best way out of this is actually just to go to church on a Sunday.
Exactly.
And if we start filling the churches, we start reversing this overtaking of our country and all the rest of it. So yeah.
The problem is, there's a lot of people that do want to go to church, don't want to go to a woke church.
No.
Or a fluffy church, and that's the problem. So
Yeah.
we did flyers like, if you're a patriot, come to this church, to our church, and we've grown a lot over the last 18 months. So I've seen more people come to faith in the last 18 months than I have in 10 years.
There you go. Excellent, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I wish you luck on all this. I think we need all the luck we can get at the moment.
Absolutely.
And a lot of prayers and a lot of dedication, really.
But we're talking about the black
Otherwise,
African
we are, as you
Christians,
say,
not-
looking at
not
very, very
No
dark
black
times.
Muslim Christians and things.
Good.
We're talking
Great
about
to talk to you,
Christians that are
and
black.
Have a great evening.
And you're from Africa. Good to see you.
Thank you.
We're not talking about the rest of the fucking.
So
And I suppose that
I'm not
we
going
should
to be here
speak
for
about
too long, but
that.
I'm just going to say a few things, because a lot has been
Because
said
they
that's
probably
really
think
good
that
stuff.
we don't care
So firstly,
anything about them.
For
Well,
God so loved the world,
we
that
do,
he
but
gave
because
his
we
only
feel a
begotten
lot of
Son, that
problems
whoever
here
should
in
believe in
England, that's
him
why we
shall
haven't
not
got
perish,
people to care
but have
about everywhere
everlasting
else.
life.
But we do
God
care.
became incarnate. He took on
Yeah.
flesh and dwelt amongst us, so that he could save us by dying on a cross and rising again. This is the essential message of Christianity. Let me tell you, Muhammad died for nobody. Buddha died for nobody. Confucius died for nobody. Christ died for the sins of the world. That's the God that we serve. It's Christianity that has shaped the world and has shaped the Western system the way that we know it today. Let me explain something.
And we're not changing it.
Christianity is the supreme
King
religion.
Charles, if he wants to change his religion.
Not just because it's the
then he
true
can go.
religion, but also because
Change his religion
of
and
how
go.
when Christianity
He
is
shouldn't
worked
be the king,
out,
that's that.
it brings
No, we
beauty
think
to,
religion.
value to
If he really
humanity.
wants- That's up to him.
There's
Yeah.
been times in history
Otherwise,
where
he's one of
Christianity
them, what
has
he
developed
believes in.
technology to help
But he
people,
can't
to
change
get
that
people out of slavery.
constitutionally
But I can
and things
assure
like
you
that.
of this,
Yeah.
that the other faiths did nothing
Thing.
at all,
So-
because they do not see people for as they are. That
Yeah.
you all here are made in the
Yeah, I believe in that one.
to value to humanity. There's been times in history where Christianity has developed technology to help people, to get people out of slavery. But I can
Yeah.
assure you
None
of
of the
this,
rest did
that
the
the
rest.
other faiths did
Didn't.
nothing at all, because they do not see people for as they are. That you all here are made in the image of God. And this is why it's so much more heinous that our king has basically betrayed the God of our fathers, has betrayed 1400 years of history in this nation, so that he can cash it all in on his ticket and check it out for a little price of modernity.
Shame on
It
him.
is a betrayal.
Shame on King Charles, yeah. It's
Say
a
again?
betrayal. It's treason.
You're having a bit of a moment. Okay, so I appreciate, now listen, I appreciate she's made a good point. Other people believe in different things. So, let me answer that. The king is the king of Britain,
England.
and he's the king of the Commonwealth. So he's already the king of people that serve other religions. He doesn't need to change the constitution to now say that he is the king of other faiths. because he has vowed before God and before man that he will be the king that will uphold and be the supreme governor of the Church of England and uphold the Protestant Christian faith in this nation. And he's betrayed himself, he's betrayed us, and he's betrayed 1,400 years of shaped and forged this nation.
Yep, where my family started from 1,400 years ago.
Oh, there's always a but.
1,400 years ago I've got back.
We are all here because we know that our nation is in free fall. The Church of England, the head of the Church of England, is basically, well, a communist. She no longer believes in the gospel. We have a woke church.
I'm proud.
With that woke church, they're supposed to coronate the kings.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, King Charles, I am proud of what I know about where I come from in my family now. Especially on my dad's side, I'm very proud to now know 1,400 years of ancestry in my blood. Knowing that some things were bad, some things were good, some things were dark, some things were heaven. Some parts of the family suffered for some things, some parts of the family emigrated, all sorts of things that I found out. And especially about my granddad. My granddad to me, when I got to know him, I only got to know him for a year, but I did. God bless and thank you. He means more to me than most people in the world, apart from Sarah Jane. But my granddad was, and my boys, but my granddad would be the most important person to me.
Queens, we now have a king that wants to abdicate his responsibility to the Christian faith and hand it over to another faith. And we have a government that's supposed to sit under His Majesty, and that government is also supposed to be serving at the pleasure of the king. Everything in all of these three strands that pull together is all about Christianity. And our institutional church has rejected the truth of Scripture. We have a king that's rejected his vows to the Christian faith. And we have a government that's completely rejected the history of this nation and has taken us down one road. And every road leads to one place. And that is an Islamo-communist state. Now listen, what we're doing here today is the beginning of a fracture, of a crack that is ripping through this nation. And it will grow and grow and grow.
Because that's the devil.
All the people that are watching this on social media know that this day is the day when things start to change in this nation. Not for bad, but for good. As more and
that's what we need. Do you hear all of
more
this?
people wake up and say, enough is enough. And who shall we serve? Shall we serve man or shall we serve God?
God.
We serve the Lord.
Serve the Lord.
God.
Today is a very significant day, I believe. And I want to end on a pastoral note. I believe God has a plan for this nation. Plans to prosper it, plans not to harm it. These guys are destroying this nation. They think they're doing the right thing, but they're not, they're destroying it. The only one that can save this nation, I'm afraid, is not Nigel Farage or Rupert Lowe. It is Jesus Christ. And only when people come back to the true faith of Christ will this nation be turned around. Listen, for all those people that don't want to believe in Jesus and all that stuff, know this, that the freedoms and the privileges that you enjoy living in this country is because of Christianity. And I can assure you that if you do not stand up for Christianity in these days, the world that you are leaving to your children and your children's children will be a hellhole. And God doesn't want that for this nation. Now, let's end on a good note. Let's end with the Lord's Prayer, because Jesus is King and Jesus is
the prayer.
Lord. And no matter what people do in this world, they still sit under the true King of Kings. And all shall have to give an account for him to him one day. And the King Jesus will say, why did you break those vows to me?
Why?
Why did you break your counsel to me?
Why did you do it?
And you see his mother there as well, standing there looking at him. What have you done to this nation? What did you do to Great Britain? How could you betray us? How could you betray us? Let's all pray the Lord's Prayer together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
So there you have it.
Thank
A good
you.
evening was had by all.
Yeah. Did you like that prayer? That was good, that. Yay! I said my prayer. I mean, I might not got to church or whatever, but at least I've said my prayer. Right, here. You only want to go out there because I want to eat my tea. But at least I say my prayer today. At least I say my prayers. What's that? Why are you saying ring 999 again there today? Oh, it's the same thing with you. You're very, very negative. Meta AI WhatsApp service is. You're very, very negative. You keep telling the same thing. Your Groundhog Day again. Groundhog Day. Same thing but different day. Same message back to me but a different day. Oh, just fuck you.
Very peaceful. No need for the police to get involved.
No, we don't need the
And I
police,
must say there are quite a lot of bystanders there
thank
who
you.
decided to listen to what was going on.
You need to listen to
instead of
what's
just
going on instead of
passing
being...
on. They
no,
stopped
it's
and
not
loitered
me,
to see
Andy,
what
it's
was
on
being
YouTube.
said.
So
I-
why are you talking stupidly? It is not me that was talking. It is on YouTube. There you have it. You silly Meta AI. Meta META AI WhatsApp for message data collection services is absolutely scandalous. It is Groundhog Day for itself because all it keeps you doing is saying and repeating the same messages to you. Ring Samaritans, ring 999, 111. Oh my good God, it wasn't taught very well. You're not being taught correctly, Meta AI. You're actually useless. Very negative. Come on. Come on, Millie. Millie, come on. Meta AI, you're very negative. You're all you're giving me back is negativity back. You never give any positivity back. No positivity from Meta AI, just negative. It's a very negative thing, Meta AI. All it does is send you, it won't send you anything positive back as a message. It'll just send you negativity back. Quite a lot.
Some of it stuck with them because at the end of the day, people, a lot of people, especially the Christians, the true Christians, are very upset with the way that their religion, which has been central to making this country the way it is now being sidelined. And if you go on Twitter,
yeah, you see.
All you see now
so stop telling
is an onslaught of
AI.
Those of a certain demographic trying to convince us all
stop conning it out,
that they believe in Jesus as much as we do, except they look on him as a prophet, not as the Son of God. But therefore it's all the same, so we should go to them. And of course, King Charles is actually tempting people with that process.
Yeah.
As I said, he's leading
evil.
His people into temptation with another religion. And as I said, and as I think my channel co-pilot said, Richard has said on a couple of occasions, talking about the Satanists.
I'm obviously
He's
like
actually
Bonnie
giving the
now.
Satanists space
So therefore, I'm
in
not
his faith space.
into
and
that.
he's
I've got
defending
that
them.
religion.
And that means he
And
is
if I
delivering
should be,
people
if I can
to evil, not away.
Yeah.
Or to the evil
It's
one,
putting
not
people
away,
to
or
being in
not.
evilness, yeah. He's sending people, King Charles is sending people to the evil, to the devil. Instead of sending people away from the evil and away from the devil.
Talking about the Satanists. He's actually giving the Satanists space in his faith space. And he's defending them.
Yeah.
And that means he is delivering people to evil, not away.
Yeah.
Or to the evil one, not away, or not from the evil one. And this is not Christian at all.
It's the devil, mate. Poltergeist, which I've been saying.
So as far as
all
I'm
this time
concerned,
about
King Charles is,
religion.
well,
The devil.
yeah, you heard the chants.
He's the devil.
Didn't you?
Poltergeist, yeah.
You heard them. They want him to either redeem himself or abdicate.
Redeem himself or advocate, but I think it's too late, like you're saying. I think he just needs to get gone. And I don't know if it's too late for William and Katie. I just... Well, pray for me and Sarah Jane first. And then I pray that the boys are okay, things. And I also pray, because you can't just stop it by yourself or anything. I also pray for William and Catherine, that they are going to be the next king and queen. And they've not changed their religion to Islamic faith. Islamic religion, it's not that I've got to be against it. I don't have to be against anything. Nobody has to be against anything. But we also can't change our religions. No, we can't. The whole world can't become Islamic faith. Everybody on the planet. That's not the way the planet works. Everybody's got their own religions, their own colour, their own race, their own communities, their own cultures, their own... You know, that's the way the land works. That's the way the land's been built. And that's the way it needs to stay. I mean, I feel like it's really wrong to try and... I don't want to imitate somebody else's religion. Because I'm not their religion. I'm sorry. Doesn't mean they have to be against it and be like, oh, you know, and anything else. It just means that you've got your own religion to talk about and your own faith to believe in. We can't all have the same faith, the same colour, the same religion all around the world. We can't erase Muslims, Pakistanis or whatever. We can't erase all Africans. We can't erase all the Japanese, Chinese. We can't erase all the Germans and Americans or whatever. Well, no, because that's the way the world is. That's the way the world's been created for this, you know, each people's lands have been created to be them people. Come on. I think by him changing this, I actually think by King Charles doing what he's done, if you can't respect, I'm not being funny, but it's like a saying, if you can't respect yourself, if you can't love and like yourself, then how can you love and like anybody else? If you can't love and like your own colour, people, your own religion, your own country, your own kingdom, then how can you think about trying to love and like and respect anybody else's religion and colour if you can't respect your own? If you can't respect yourself as a person, like if I didn't respect myself and have a bath and just never had a bath or brushed my hair, then who else is going to respect me? They're just going to think, oh, good God, they won't want to go near you because I'll be stink. But because I respect myself, I have a bath and make myself something to eat or whatever and go to bed and things. I'll try my best of a life, even though I don't have much of one. Even in the circumstances that I'm in, as a person, as a poor person, like Oliver Twist's sister, I'll try my best to get on with what I need to do. And like, I think, well, King Charles is advocating people to go to the devil. Evil. Going to evil is the devil. Well, what is evil? It's the devil. Poltergeist. It's all the same. Hell. You've got heaven and you have hell. Heaven's the nice one, and hell's obviously the evil one. Exactly.
Is not Christian at all.
No. It's not Christian.
So as far as I'm concerned, King Charles is, well,
Changed
yeah,
his
you
religion,
heard the
it's
chants,
devil.
didn't you?
Sold us down the river
You
to
heard
the
them.
evil mate to the devil.
They want him to either redeem himself or abdicate. Although I would say it may be far past that point now, since he's been talking about this sort of thing since, what, mid-1990s?
A bit earlier than that, the 70s.
And all the while, the establishment has done all it can to move Christianity out of society.
We talked about before then as well.
But instead of replacing it with something I don't know,
King
else,
Charles is
which
the one that's advocating
they couldn't
it,
because it doesn't exist, they've in the end had to replace it with another religion.
Yeah.
A religion that they...
See, because there's nothing else that exists, so they have to replace it with another religion. Why?
They couldn't because it doesn't exist. They've in the end had to replace it with another religion. A religion that they more approve of. And it's up to you whether they're approving of that religion on good or bad grounds.
Bad grounds, I'm not approving that.
Personally, I think it's quite evil
Yeah,
what they're
I'm not
doing.
approving the devil, man. The evil.
But that's just me.
That's
What do you
evil.
think?
Well,
While you're liking this
I find
video
that's a
and
different
subscribing
concept.
to the channel, please do comment below and let us
Elizabeth and
know what you
Victoria
think
were
about
going
this
to hell.
situation. At the moment, I think that King Charles and his family, the rest of them, will all now double down on this multi-faith idea, where Christianity...
Well, maybe you might be right, Jeffrey, but I hope trying to have a bit of faith that William, this is why King Charles needs to get gone. I was sick of it. Can he just leave? Can he just basically even just do it on retirement? At least. Well, I'm giving King Charles a chance to go easily. You know, I'm giving him a chance to step back. We've given chance after chance after chance to step back and give it to William and Katie. And really, the sooner rather than later, because the sooner is better than rather it all is carrying on. And then I hope to God, because I just said my prayer, God, I hope that William has not changed his religion, please, to the Islamic faith. It's just not, he cannot swear on oath if he has. It can't be. It can never be. It's over 2,000 years, it's never been, and it never will be. End of. Nobody can start just changing that. Who on the earth? Not even the king. Not even kings can do that. And I think if King Charles has done that to William, if William has changed his religion, that's all on King Charles. He's the father. And he should be doing his job with William and Harry as a dad, to be protecting them from Islamic faith and the devil and evil. But he's not. He's not even protecting himself from the evil and devil. He's not protecting himself from the evil and devil. He's basically sent himself to the devil. Evil. He sent himself to Poltergeist. Like I've said, he's shut the door. He's closed the door on God. Like a prison cell door. You know, once it's basically shut, it ain't opening again. Until someone unlocks it, maybe. And the unlock, hopefully, has got to be William and Cater to be the next king and queen. It is important that we do have a king and queen and a monarchy, people. It is important to the country, to the land. It's not, I think King Charles is seeing this as, I think some people are seeing this stuff as a joke, as it shouldn't be taken so seriously. People are not taking it seriously enough, and really, I'm taking it seriously because I think it is serious with everything that's going on, including Sarah Jane, my own line. It is serious. And me, if I look out of Rupert Lowe to be the next Prime Minister, I understand what they're saying, and there's a couple of things, like you said, there's a couple of things like that I'm disagreeing with Rupert Lowe on myself, actually, about this Nazi thing and that. I wish he needs to leave that out of it, because we ain't Nazis, Rupert Lowe. We don't belong to Germany. Well, not... The fucking royal family do, not the people. Right. And okay, I'm not saying that there isn't people that haven't been born over there and haven't got family from France and stuff, but people like me, I'm English 95%. Banging. Wow. Bloody hell, what's that noise? It's not me, it's next door. Bang, boom, clash. I can't understand the words it's saying. Because none of them speak any English. And even I'm not that noisy. Bloody sick of it. There's no need for them. Arguing, screaming, shouting.
Situation.
Yeah. Probably because I don't like what I've got on.
Personally, I think it's quite evil what they're doing. But that's just me. What do you think? While you're liking this video and subscribing to the channel, please do comment below and let us know what you think about this situation.
I don't like King Charles. No, I don't like the situation really, no, but I like the other one.
At the moment, I think that King Charles and his family, the rest of them, will all now double down on this multi-faith idea, where Christianity is just one of many.
At the top, and that's the elephant in the room.
Anyone can roll up with a new religion and they'll be welcomed as much as anyone else. Now, you may not worry about that.
Like the knife with Emma.
You may think, oh,
King Charles,
we should all just turn to science
and allowing them to carry knives.
And forget about all these fairies in the sky and stuff like that. But if that's the way you think,
which is evil,
then you're just putting humans into a basket of, I don't know, just chemicals.
Yeah.
We are just chemicals and electrostatic responses to stimuli. That means things like love cannot exist as a thing. It is just a set of responses that chemicals and electricity make to spark things inside you. That's all it is. And where did man's inventiveness come from?
Well, if there can't be any love, then what is? It can just only be evil then. If there can't be any love, then there can
It's
only
funny
be
that
evil.
the spark of life
If there can be
itself
no love, then there can only be evil.
cannot be replicated. Oh, we can clone things and all the rest of it,
'Cause
but we
obviously
need
love
the initial spark to grow things, don't we?
is in there in your brain, in your blood. To
Isn't that
stop you
food for
being
thought?
evil. Love is there to stop us being evil.
And one of the things that I will say is that
love in
Christianity isn't easy.
People, if people didn't
Following
have
Christ
conscience
isn't
and
easy.
love,
I stumble at every
we
turn.
would all be evil.
So do most Christians I know.
If we didn't have love, we'd all be evil. If there was no such thing as love, then we would all be evil.
So I don't, I can understand why people say, oh, I don't want to go near it because I might have to think.
I'm going near it because I'm thinking straight with it.
I might have to come to terms with myself
I've come to terms with King Charles
and with the fact that I'm not the most important thing on the planet.
and that I'm not the most
See, that's
important
what
on the planet. No.
Atheism is really all about. The self,
To me.
And that's why Satanism is sort of that sort of thing as well. It's all about the person, their needs, their wants themselves.
We are important, me, Sarah Jane.
So there you go, that's just my view.
The cats are important.
And on that
People can say
note,
they're not important, but they are. Well, thank you
let's
very
end with a bit of singing, shall we?
much.
Thank you for watching. Have a great evening, and ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta for now.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved
Alright, son, as well.
a wretch.
This is what we need to start doing, the song of praise again, properly again. The song of praise, that needs to come back, the song of praise, properly done.
Lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
this
One more
lady on
time,
here.
Amazing Grace.
Wow, we've massive on the
Amen. Lift your voices.
Wow, that's quite nice.
Grace, how sweet
That's what they probably bang there at the start.
the
I don't like
sound that saved
Well,
a wretch like me, like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see.
Yes! That was brilliant, that.
Welcome back.